Hi Libra, welcome to your fortnightly tarot reading with me, Raphael Ray from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. So, I'm doing a fortnightly reading this fortnight because I am off on my travels. I'm on holiday next week. So rather than not bring you a video next week, I'm doing this as a fortnightly, and it will follow the monthly format, so that I can help guide you through the rest of the month as to what's happening. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully it helps you. And then as of end of September, beginning of October, it will be business as usual. So I would like to call into both of these decks all forms of love, like peace, prosperity and abundance, and I hope that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the fortnight ahead has in store for you. It's really getting my goat because I'm so used to doing the weekly and monthlies. Okay, so the first card out is your actions, how you act and interact in the world. The Queen of Cups, this is great. So when this represents an archetype of ourselves, it talks about how we can utilise our emotions, but more importantly, how we can change our emotions, how we can use our emotions to promote change within our lives. So who is the Queen of Cups as a person? This is a Pisces, a Cancer or a Scorpio female. Or somebody that has those traits. That could be their rising sign, it could be their moon sign, but it's somebody that is usually very warm, very motherly, very nurturing, somebody that's kind, very intuitive, the archetypal mother and girlfriend, or wife even, you know, somebody that has and carries that energy of somebody that's really warm and deeply feminine. But like I said, sometimes the court cards represent an aspect of self, and this is talking about your actions. So this week it's going to be really really important for you guys. I mean, not that you are anyway, but it's going to be important for you guys, Libra, to really put your best and most loving and nurturing foot forward. So treat everybody this week, even if you don't have children, even if you're a guy, treat everybody like you would treat a child. Treat everybody with kindness, with respect, with dignity, like you actually care for them. Demonstrate that you care for people this week, because in showing that, in putting your best foot forward, by demonstrating that you care for people, by acting out of love, by acting out of pathos for your fellow man, woman and child, even for animals as well, you know, if you demonstrate this trait over the next 2 weeks, you will get more out of your interactions with people, and you'll find that this energy comes back to you. I find that the actions card kind of speaks on what you know, how you put your best foot forward. What is the way that you get the most out of the world? What is it that you bring to the world? And the best that you get out of the world is by treating everybody with love, by treating everybody with respect, kindness, courtesy. Yeah, I mean, you know, you could say this of all people, like that everybody should act like this. But over the next 2 weeks, especially with this card, this is about putting your nurturing foot forward. This is about you showing people and demonstrating that, you know what, I'm not just about work, I'm not just about my relationship, I'm actually a very caring person. And this is when you get to see the best of who somebody is. When people see that about you, or see this about you in your actions, it's going to really allow them to see a different side of you. It's going to allow them to say, wow, okay, you know what, there are hidden faculties within you that I never noticed before. And therefore, when people see a different side to you, they start to react differently to you. They start to act differently around you. You know, sometimes it's our actions that filter out and change things around us. So a really, really interesting card. But yeah, certainly in terms of a person, somebody that's going to help you, or somebody that you will interact with, it will be a water sign female, Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. And this person will be very nurturing, very somebody that's going to give you nourishment of the soul. And, you know, if you can, spend time with this person, talk with them, you know, see if you can emulate some of their traits, and how that will benefit you over the next 2 weeks will be astounding. So your next card is your money and your materials. Okay, so moving money from one place to another. Very interesting. So The Ten of Wands talks about moving things from one place to another, but it also is, because it's 10, it's completion of a cycle. So it's funny because this is the materials sector, and you've got, the fire in the earth sector, and you've got the water in the fire sector. So very, very interesting mix so far that's coming out. The Ten of Wands is, like I said, it's moving things from one place to another. It's actually not a bad card, but it talks about shouldering responsibility and using that responsibility to your best advantage. So yeah, I kind of feel, especially when you start to read these two cards in conjunction, this is very much going to be about you putting your best foot forward and deciding where to put your money. And this is going to, very much, you'll get the idea of where to put your money or where to invest your money, how to grow your money. Because, like I said, if this person's all about nourishment and nurture, when you nurture and nourish your money, it grows. That's how it happens. But it's going to require your effort. That's the thing about the Ten of Wands. It's a card of effort. It's a card of doing something. It's a card of moving something from one place to another. And it very much represents that kind of energy. And your money and your materials is exactly that. It's how you generate wealth. It's what your prosperity is. It's what your idea of wealth is. It's your home. It's your body. It's your health. It's all of these things combined. And 10 is the highest number, in terms of... apart from 11, 22 and 33, the master numbers, 10 is achievement, it's attainment, and it represents home. So this is very much, for a lot of you, this will be about investing in your home. Certainly with this card here, and when you read these two cards in conjunction, it's about how do you get the most out of your home. Well, the easy way to answer that is by investing in it. More importantly, how do you get the most out of your money? You nurture it and you nourish it. And sometimes the best way to do that is to feed it. So for those of you that are looking to make money, start looking into ways that, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't give you, expert advice or anything like that, but what I can tell you is the energy that's coming through. The energy that's coming through is urging you to save over the next fortnight, because there may well be an opportunity that comes up that's going to require you to act very, very quickly. So keep an eye on that, and let me know how it goes and plays out. So your next card out is your heart and your hearth. This is all about your relationships, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the husband, the wife, the family, the friends, all of that stuff. And you've got the Three of Pentacles. So interesting, because these cards keep coming up. They've been quite present for quite a few of the signs so far. It's really, really intriguing me. So the Three of Pentacles talks about it's learning, it's institutional learning, and it actually talks about study, and it talks about growth. And when you put these two cards together, this is about studying your finances. This is about studying your next move. How are you going to make things happen? But more importantly, listen to the conversations that you have. More importantly, anything that you overhear when you're talking with family members, when you're in earshot of them, because it may well be that you overhear a conversation that gives you an idea. And more importantly, I really feel like it's going to be your personal connection, so the friends, the family, or maybe even your partner, that gives you a really solid idea of how to generate more wealth or how to create more wealth in your life. Very, very interesting, because I think this is like the second or third time this card's come up in this position. So there's obviously a message there. This is talking about, over the next 2 weeks. This kind of talks about people really learning about their relationships. What is your relationship style? How do you do this? How does your interaction work? Do you always listen to other people in relationships? Do you really hear your spouse when they tell you something or when they share something with you? Your relationship with your friends, is it purely based on work and academics, or do you actually have any deep lasting bonds? I feel like for you guys, this is what you're being asked. Are your friendships transient? And if they are, where are the people that you can call firm friends, solid friends, that aren't just about, or these are people that I know from work or anything like that? Do you have people that you can count on? This is what you're being asked, to be really discerning about who in your life is a real friend, as opposed to just a fair weather friend, or somebody that's, there in a crisis but you never see them otherwise. It's time to get sort of clear about that stuff. And maybe, just maybe this week, I feel like you'll be hearing some stuff about your personal relationship style that you might want to work through. And this isn't going to be about people dogging you or saying or telling you off or anything like that. It's just going to be people giving you an honest opinion and an honest evaluation of how they see your friendship and your interaction in their lives. So keep an eye open for that, and listen to what you're being told, hear what you're being told, because you might learn something. And you guys are all about relationships as Libra, because you always think about other people, but sometimes even that can be a hindrance. So just pay attention when somebody speaks up about how you connect with them on an emotional based level. And then finally, your communications. Okay, so this is awesome. You've got the Fool card. The Fool card is amazing because the Fool card brings you brand new things, like brand new things that you don't know, brand new people that you don't know, brand new situations that shock and surprise you. This card is actually ruled, it's ruled by Aquarius because it represents the world, but it's also ruled by Aquarius because it's got that it's got that sort of surprise energy about it. It's got that kind of, ooh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. It's something that comes by and completely shocks you out of your daily routine. And this is great because this card represents the learning, and this card represents brand new things, but it also represents pure potential. So in your communications, like I said, this is going to be over the next fortnight. This is you learning through communication, whether that's going on a new course, whether it's a course that somebody sends you on or somebody asks you to go on with them, and this is going to centre around something that it ends up becoming something that you bond with somebody over. Because this card, like we said, that represents the institutional learning, the academics, the taking on board new knowledge, but it's fallen in your heart and your hearth sector, which is your personal connections, your personal interactions. And then on top of that, in your communications, you've got the card of Aquarius. Aquarius is one of the best communicators of the zodiac. It's what they do, it's what they live for. But more importantly, the Fool is pure potential. It brings you brand new places, brand new situations, brand new people in your life that force you to think completely outside the box, that force you to think about things in ways that you never even considered. And this tells me that it may well be that you end up meeting somebody in the next 2 weeks that ends up becoming a really, really powerful and heartfelt and bonded friend for the rest of your life. So keep an eye out for that person, and let me know what form or shape they take. And the other thing about Aquarius as well is they represent the friend of the zodiac. It's what they do. So yeah, really interesting. And then finally, your destiny card. What is the overarching theme that you will be working with, on, or for over the next fortnight? Look at that. You get a double hit of the Fool card. There's not much to say when this happens, and the reason being is because Tarot is giving you the opportunity to live your life by your own terms, and sometimes things need to be a surprise, because when something is completely new, completely different, and it's a complete shock out of the blue, it allows you to act from where you truly are, from who you truly are, as opposed to just working from the point of your conditioning, whether that be familial, cultural, spiritual, or whatever. Sometimes when you're presented with something that completely shocks you, you're like, oh, okay, I've got no tools in my bag or no programs loaded into my mind to deal with this, so I just have to deal with it as it comes because it's completely new territory for me. Really exciting fortnight for you guys because you get brand new things, brand new people. This is going to certainly be a couple of weeks for you to remember for some time, but I really do feel that somebody is about to come into your life that makes a huge impact, Libra, and things will not be the same for meeting them ever again. I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. I hope that you have got something from this reading, and I hope it really helps you. To the continued subbies, thank you so much for your support. To those of you that are just passing through, I hope you found something for yourself. And for those of you that are new subbies, welcome to Radiant Realities. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to get a reading with me, you can do so on the links below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I would be eternally grateful for it. Take care, and I will see you very soon.